Does this sound familiar to you? Well, that's the sound of a jammed reed, and in this little DIY accordion repair video I'm gonna show you how you can fix that yourself. Now before we open up the accordion to free the reed, let's have a brief look at the tools that we will use to do so. First off, this is a set of fine crafts pliers. These are really handy to have in your accordion gig bag. I put a link in the video description where I got these from. I use them a lot, and I find that this is actually the best tool to open up an accordion. So I'm a fan of those, and not really expensive. I think they're like maybe €5 or so. A screwdriver to unscrew the reed blocks that holds the reeds from the accordion. We might not need to do that, talk about that a bit later, but in case we have to unscrew it, it's good to have. Then a thin metal plate, it looks like this. This is something that is used for accordion tuning. If you don't have such a thin metal plate, then a toothpick will do. And then, something to lift up the reed, let it swing back and forth. I will show how that is done. You use a toothpick for that, and that works nicely. This one's almost a bit big, but it will probably just work fine. Okay, so let's just make sure that we remember which reed is the one that is blocked. So which button on which row and on which bellows movement is the one that is blocked before we open up the accordion, because once we have opened it up, we cannot just play the reeds back. So let's do it one more time just to be sure. And there it is. So it's the 5th button on the outside row on push bellows movement. That's the push movement in my case. So note that. Let's open it up. Now, to open it up, simply pull the bellows nails. I hope you can see that from the accordion. And the same on the back, using the pliers. This is easily done. So once you pulled all 4 bellows nails, be careful, because now you can just take the upper half of the accordion off. And this is what it looks like on the inside. You can see the 2 reed blocks arranged on the inside. And what we are going to do now is we're going to take out the reed block that corresponds to the outer row of the accordion, because that's where we found the jammed reed. So to remove the reed blocks, we're going to need a screwdriver. In the case of this Runa Erika accordions, it's just a simple screw, one screw here, this one side, just loosen it a bit. You don't even have to fully unscrew it. Then you can set aside this guard, this little guard here, and just take out the reed block. Now remember, you want to be careful with these reed blocks, because that's you might say the heart of your accordion, and that's also the most sensitive part of it. So don't drop it and try to not damage any valves. Just handle it a bit with care and you'll be all right. Okay, so here we have the reed block. Remember to be careful with it. We're gonna try to remove the block from the 5th reed on the push movement of the bellows. So it's gonna be one of these outside reeds that we can see. You just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's either this reed here that is blocked, or the reed on the other side of the reed blocks is always two reeds sounding on these two voice instruments. If your instrument has more voices, then it might be more reeds. So you have to treat each and every one of those reeds unless you can already see where the block is. But this is not the case here. So what I do now is I use my thin metal plate to shove it below the reed, carefully below the reed like this, and I lift the reed up a bit and let it fling back. So I don't want to bend the reed out of its original position. I just want it to fling back and forth to loosen a possible block. So you want to hear that pinging sound. Just do like 5 times. And the same on the other side of the reed block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that one's a bit harder to lift up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and in, I would say, 80% of the cases, or say even 90% of the cases, where a reed that has formerly been playing normal and has become blocked all of a sudden is treated like this, this resolves the issue. If one of the inner lying reeds is blocked or jammed, say, so the ones that sound on the pull movement of the bellows, then of course it's not so easy to just lift up the reed since it's covered by the reed valves here. So how do you get those out then? And the answer is you can lift them up out of the reed block by using your toothpick. At least that's how I do it, and there's other ways to do it, but this is quite reliable. So go into the hole of the corresponding reed block carefully and just locate the reed, and you can see, and lift it up. Use a little bit of pressure to lift it up, and then place the metal plate or another toothpick below that reed, and that is enough. If you now remove it, to let it fling back and forth and give you that pinging sound, this light pinging sound you want. Okay, now all we need to do is assemble the accordion again and check if the block has been removed. Testing. So that was the button that was affected, and obviously the blocked reed has been removed. I hope that you liked this little DIY video and that you could remove a jammed reed from your instrument as well. If you like what you saw, yeah, you can give me a thumbs up, a like, or a subscribe. And I intend to do some more accordion repair videos, DIY accordion repair videos in the future. So if there's a specific topic that you're interested in, just put it in the comments or write it to me directly, and maybe I can make a video about it.